yourselves a round of applause, everyone. All right, so this is going to be our HIVE Assembly. Our culture committee has put together an amazing HIVE program, and especially HIVE Week this week. With our hard work, integrity, vision, and engagement, we've been able to just make this week and this student body just really want to be rivaled at many schools. How many of you have no missing assignments in your second term? Kudos to you guys. That makes a couple of us, not including myself. So go you guys. So our HIVE Assembly, we're going to have a speaker come speak to us about these aspects of our lives, this hard work, integrity, and then Mr. Burrell is actually going to introduce our speakers. So, but first we are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if everyone could stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance with me.
Thank you guys for being here. We're excited that you're here. I have the great privilege and honor of introducing our speaker for today. Smith is in her 25th year as a neuroengineer, if you will. This career of building brains began right here at Box Elder High School. It was Miss Day's production class of 2007 who gave her the nickname Super Smith. After 17 years at Box Elder High School, Super Smith was kidnapped by an orange and blue horse. Then came the unique opportunity to teach at a brand new high school. Ridgeline High School is now where Super Smith guides the students to analyze and think. So let's give it up for Super Smith.
Good morning, Box Elder. Good morning, good morning. I know you're still deciding if it's a good morning. All right, we'll get this figured out here for you. I am very, very happy to be back at Box Elder High School. I'm very not thrilled about being on the stage. This is not the place I'd want to be at Box Elder High School, but that's okay. We're going to get through this together. I originally heard last evening that I was going to have to follow the madrigals, and that made it all much worse. Who would ever want to follow the legendary Box Elder High School madrigals? Certainly not I. So there's a little bit of relief that occurred this morning when I found I would not have to follow the legendary madrigals. Do you know, when you hear a madrigal sing, it's like magic. So very pleased to not have to follow that wonderful act. So as I've been terrified for the last week and a half or so, trying to think about what message could I bring to you, and know that you're going to be sitting here thinking, what's this crazy wackadoodle doing here? Why am I in this assembly? Why is she pulling away my great time with Mr. Davidson, learning about Brinkerhoff or something or other? Or why am I getting pulled out of Miss Williams' great class, learning about rats that are addicted to this, that, and the other? Why is this wackadoodle here? So, I don't know, but I do know one thing for certain. The people who are most benefiting right now that I am here are the folks here. I know, way to lose the audience on the second slide. Put up a different school logo here. But this is why I think they are the best benefactors of this assembly. They have stuff to do today. They don't have me. And in fact, they emailed me this little clip to share with you. So these are a few of my students who are celebrating my absence.
Thanks for taking Super Smith.
Yeah, they thank you for taking me. So I'll see if I can go back and give them the welcome. I was actually surprised when the email came through that they actually said, we will want you back. So that was encouraging, very, very encouraging to me. Yesterday was quite the day in knowing that I was going to be up here feeling so severe about life. So I decided to take the great strategies from our counseling department, things, Ms. Whitaker, Mr. Smith have taught me. Breathe, you can do hard things, you've got this, okay? So I decided to take some of those strategies yesterday and not think about Box Elder. I'll be here tomorrow, today, so let's put all those thoughts of Box Elder and terror out of my mind. And in one of our classrooms, we have to show the Ridgeline News, student produced news, and That's my classroom, by the way. Yeah, I have a lot of issues. We're going to get to that issue here this morning. This is the classroom which I was watching the Ridgeline News yesterday. They don't call me super because I'm great or anything. It's just a nickname that came from being fanatical. That's what wackadoodle means, by the way, fanatical. And as a science teacher, I require, you make a claim, you got to provide evidence. And so here's my evidence that it was, in fact, the wonderful Productions class of 2007 that first dubbed me Super Smith. All right, so Super Smith is at Ridgeline yesterday telling herself, don't think about Box Elder. Don't think about Box Elder. That's going to happen tomorrow. I pressed play on the news, and I think to myself, gosh, that's got some sort of sense of familiarity to it. But, I scan the room, I'm taking attendance, I look back, I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's familiar because I've spent my entire life at high school. I don't know if there's anything outside of high school. But it keeps playing, and just things are familiar. I'm like, oh, I've been at a school where they had those little teeny tiny little chairs, I think they're called. Again, not really paying attention to the video, but subliminally, I think my mind is like, hey, do you see this HIVE sculpture right here? Do you see that happening? Then I look in the hallway and think, okay, you are so terrified about tomorrow morning, you are projecting your fear onto this Ridgeline News clip here. You are making it feel like it's Box Elder 2. You are in a serious state. And so it's at this final moment I realize I know those stickers. I know those stairs. I've eaten it in that very spot on those stairs. I've eaten it on those stairs right there. And I actually stopped the video in my class. I'm like, wow, this is Box Elder. Like, no, it's not. This is Box Elder. Like, no, it's not. It's Box Elder. We have trust issues, apparently, in my classroom. So I tell them, and I don't know if there are going to be credits, but if there are credits, you watch for the name Melanie Day. You watch for it. And the very last little shot here, this is, that's the windows of the very last classroom where I taught at Box Elder High School. It was my favorite classroom because it has air conditioning. Love that classroom. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So the credits roll, boom, there is my proof. It is Box Elder High School, the great, the wonderful, fabulous Miss Day. Anytime I'm on stage and I mention Miss Melanie Day, I have to say the fabulous Melanie Day. Yeah, that's the tradition I have, so just staying true to traditions here. All right, so the madrigals kept appearing in the clip yesterday, and my brain was looking at this stage, thinking, oh, no, you're going to be on that stage tomorrow. This is not good. This is the last place I want to be. I'd rather be that side of it. And so I'm pretty traumatized, but then I'm like, wait, there were good times too. There were good times on this stage. Like the time I was allowed to drive my car onto the stage. That was a good assembly. And there's just some other assemblies where I think this clip is going to be more trauma-inducing than anything else that I have to say to you. Be prepared. Be prepared for this. By Mr. Burt and Mr. Davidson. That might explain some of this that's happening here for us today. Oh, good times at Box Elder High School. So yes, I am here to talk to you about HIVE. And as you're keeping track of different activities in different classes, I want to make sure you get the engage portion. And so I have shared a few memories. I'm going to share a few memories. But if you're not interested in what I have to say, maybe this will walk into your brain and get you through the next few minutes here. When you remember a past event, you are actually remembering the last time you remembered it, not the event itself. This is why when we have older relatives who tell a story, and they get to near the end of the story, we're like, wait a second, I was there with them. That is not how it happened. It's because they've told the story so many times, they're not remembering the original events, they're remembering the last time that they told that story. So that's what I'm going to do today, share with you the last time memory recall of these events here for you. All right, so here we go. These are my peeps. These are the people who helped me become the individual that I am today. When I started at Box Elder, and these are the folks here that are going to help you as well. So let's just pick on Miss Harding right here. This is a time when she was there for me. She showed me some solidarity. She embraced the Super Shield as well. That was a good day for me. Let's see what else do we have. Oh, Mr. Crook. Mr. Crook. Mr. Crook gave me the absolute best going away gift. He took some wood from an old science table in my classroom, and he fashioned it into a bat with the note, keep those kids in line at Mountain Crest. So I do actually have this bat with me. It's in the car, and I reached for it, and I was like, oh, safe school policy, let's leave that in the car. But it has served me well. Speaking of Mountain Crest, Mountain Crest. So I was at Mountain Crest for 2 years, and right now today, my friends, for you, the biggest payoff of my having had the opportunity to teach at Mountain Crest. Tell your neighbor, here it comes. Tell your neighbor, here it comes. For your benefit, you will thank me. This is his sophomore picture at Mountain Crest. You're welcome, Box Elder. You are welcome. Anything you need, you let me know. There it is. All right, public service announcement for you. The more you hear my voice, terrible things can happen to you. Let's see, this person has heard an enormous amount of my voice, and they turned out all right, I think, right? This is an assignment they turned in one time for me. That's how she would prefer the U.S. currency to be, and I have to agree with her. Solid choice, solid choice. This child right here, yes, I say child. Mr. Durfee, he was the first student to have the utter brilliance to recognize the power of calling me Her Majesty. The world is your oyster, you call me Your Majesty. And coincidentally, only the ever second student to click on Her Majesty is a student this trimester right there to open up Her Majesty. So Durfee, the legend lives on. All right, so yes, we are here to talk about hard work and integrity, vision, and engagement. For some reason, the yearbook of my life is something that people enjoy. I've lived the life. It was good, but some people just really run with it. So I'm happy to share with you the yearbook of my life. And it all started very young. My vision from very young is I wanted to be the first woman to walk on the moon. That was my goal from very young time. And so I told myself I'm going to do everything I possibly can to be an astronaut. All right, I'm just going to give you the spoiler alert. I don't typically do, but you know, while you're still somewhat engaged figuring out this wackadoodle up here for yourselves, I didn't get to be an astronaut. It did not happen. So sometimes achievement. Some people achieve their dreams, you probably will not too bad. Okay, so a little reality for you. I had to accept that moment in my life when you're not going to space. You are not going to space. But I am going to share with you the journey because Box Elder High School plays probably the most important step in my life journey here for you. So here we go. Didn't get to be an astronaut and go to the moon, but I have stood next to the second man to walk on the moon. I got close. It is hoped by the year 2025 that the first woman to walk on the moon will happen. The goal is 2025 with NASA right now. Okay, so year of my life, the beginnings. Here we go. This is my dad, who's in the United States Air Force. This is my mother. She's a middle school secretary. And if you want to know more about how this becomes that, talk to Mr. Miller, sign some papers. So this means a child. I started out pretty good looking, even my own opinion. Not sure what happened, age, gravity, all that fun stuff. And from even this young, honestly, I wanted to be blasted into space, likely to get away from that horrible couch. So the dress for the job that you want. Dress for the job that you want. I constantly always thought about being an astronaut. That was my decision for process making for anything. Is this going to help me be an astronaut? This is going to help me get to the moon. Is this going to help me get to the moon? That's how I make my decisions. This is how I should have been dressing. I did not realize that NASA is made up of people wearing ties. It was not until I was 10 years old that the first woman astronaut launched into space, Dr. Sally K. Rye. So I'm very glad that people in my life, like my parents, never told me that the fact that you can't be an astronaut because there hasn't been a woman astronaut yet. So this is a very powerful message for me. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. So my vision. I'm going to join the United States Air Force, because then you join Space Command, then you get to be an astronaut. That's how the trajectory was back then. So my dad was in the military. Whatever my dad did, I had to do as well. So I saw my dad go to work each day wearing a uniform. Apparently I had to as well. Thank you. You all, I just go, ooh, what are you doing? What are you wearing? That's not Halloween, okay? That's how I ran around town. I have no explanation. No explanation whatsoever. Halloween, though, I did take it to a next level. I wore the tie. Remember, I've got to get a job at NASA. I've got to be an astronaut. So I did wear the tie for Halloween. And sometimes with the vision, you have hard days. Sometimes there's hard days. I don't know. I had a battle helmet on. Do you go out in the day? Oh, where's my battle helmet? It's going to be a rough one. Apparently I did. My family loves to play this game. Look at my face and guess what the attire is I'm wearing. If you got this face, I was wearing a dress. Sure enough. Speaking of all this fashion and attire, clearly I have no fashion sense. My goal each morning to get dressed, cover myself. If I match, bonus for you. But let's talk about high fashion, shall we? Can we talk about high fashion? Let's talk about fashion. Yeah, so when I first became friends, still in question by the way, Miss Williams. When we first became friends, this is how I knew Miss Williams, the spiky hair. It was legendary, her spiky hair. And there was a dress-up week at the school. Dress up as your favorite teacher. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Everyone loves Miss Williams. I'm going to dress up like Miss Williams. I went for it. You say you're going to do something, you go all in. You just go all in. Or pressed on nails, spent a huge amount on my hair. It looks atrocious, but that is the most of the time I've ever spent on my hair. Hey, Williams, do you still have the jewelry? I think I gave it to you because I've never earned it again. So, you know, gifts that keep on giving. All right, so dress for the job that you want. Okay, there's this movie, Space Camp. Saw it as a kid. Changed my life. Don't watch it, it's horrible. I haven't watched it since I was a child. I absolutely know if I were to watch it, it would ruin my life. Have you watched it recently? Space Camp, I'm going to tell you. Space Camp, this particular movie is about the actual camp that you can go to. There's one in Florida, Alabama, and you get to pretend you're an astronaut for a week. It is the ultimate summer camp for someone who wants to be an astronaut. So this film is all about these kids who somehow get into the actual space shuttle and it blasts them into space. So me, I'm always bright, think, let's go to space camp. Let's save money and go to space camp. Now, space camps in the United States, I actually am growing up in the United Kingdom. You probably figured out this wackadoodle is not from this land. And the issue of saving my money to pay to go to space camp, the airfare and everything, most prominent on my mind. And yes, we will get to, how did you go from the UK to the UT? All right, so I'm saving all my money, not to save for airfare, but I am saving my money to buy every pack of Bubblicious I possibly can, because they're offering a free trip to space camp. Not the best thinker at times, not great. Did I get to go to space camp thanks to Bubblicious? I did not. Yeah, that dream fluttered off. No space camp for me in my youth. But the Bubblicious did pay off in my adult life. A couple root canals. That was awesome. All right, so we have to mention Superman, of course. I'm 5 years old. I've enjoyed Superman cartoons in these short 5 years. Then they announced they're going to release a film. And there's actually 4 in this series back in the 70s and 80s. There's 4 of them. The first movie comes out, you actually have to go to a building to see the movie play. And so my dad asked, do you want to go see Superman? And I said, yeah, absolutely, I want to see this movie. It's going to convince us a man will fly. Of course, I can get to space even better. This is great. We go, I love it, we go several times. Right? There's 4 in this sequence. Superman 2 is released. My dad says, do you want to go? I said, absolutely. And we go several times. Absolutely. Awesomeness. Superman 3 comes out. My dad says, do you want to go? And I say, what do I say? Absolutely. You are paying attention. Well done. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I want to go. Superman 4, the final in this little sequence comes out. My dad says, hey, Superman 4 is out now. Do you want to go see it? And what do I say?
Absolutely.
Not. Absolutely not. You cannot pay me the most exuberant amount of money. You cannot pay me to go see Superman 4. It is not happening whatsoever. So, I'm growing up in the UK. The Superman and Star Wars films, they were filmed in the United Kingdom. This Quest for Peace movie is all about saving the world from nuclear weapons. And there's a scene with a middle school class where a kid's going to say, hey, let's ask Superman to rid the world of nuclear weapons. And you're filming in England. It's supposed to be the great American metropolis city. You don't want kids with British accents. Wait, there's military bases here with American kids. We can use those American kids. Out of all the military bases they could have selected, ladies and gentlemen, friends, bees, they chose my middle school. My middle school. Crowton, by the way, Crowton, not Crouton, Crowton. They chose my middle school. Choices. This is fantastic. All right, this is my middle school, Crowton Middle School. As a scientist, you know, you make a claim. This is my middle school, claim I grew up in the UK. Here's your evidence. Look at the stop sign on the left side of the road. All right, so you were going to have 3 days to go to London, and you're going to hang out with my hero, Christopher Reeve. You're going to be in a feature film. You're going to be Hollywood famous. Life is so good. All right, so choices. The end of my 7th grade year, the biggest school choice I've ever had to make. Do I check the box if I want to be in band, or do I check the box I want to be in theater? The idea of theater absolutely repulsed me. I would never want to be on a stage, as I feared it would make me sick. I can confirm this for you. So I'm like, theater, no, not for me. I'm not going to do that. All right, band. Not into band either. Band was more my sister's thing. She was 7 years older than me. On the cover of all the newspapers because she was awesome. I didn't want to be in band. So I'm thinking to myself, think. Yeah, you still want to go to space, but I don't know. I know. I'll be the tree. I will sign up for theater. I'll just stand there, get my fine arts credit. I'm the tree. I'll be magnificent as a tree. Plus, truth be told, I was too lazy to carry the instrument back and forth to school every day. I was like, I'll just be the tree. So I say, okay, let's be the tree. And I show up to the 8th grade, very excited, because I've heard that the folks at the school have chosen the 8th grade theater class to appear in the Superman film. That's going to be me. This is good. So therefore, I show up the first day, 8th grade, I'm very excited. My mother was way more excited. She apparently saved my 8th grade schedule from the first day. Let's just scan eyes to the bottom here. Miss Boris. She did. She really did. I mean, you have to change your name if you're going to education, Miss Boris. So Miss Boris was my English teacher. Scan up here, algebra, you know, oh, I've got to go to high school. I'm in the 8th grade. I have to walk over to high school. That's horrible. It is not fun standing out and feeling so different. It was difficult. But I had a vision. I'm going to space. I'm going to the moon. I can do these hard things. All right, so, I'm in band. I'm in band. How did I get in band? Because I know I signed up to be the tree. Did you forget my mom's the middle school secretary? It's okay. Okay, we're good. Right relationship now. Yeah, I think she just thought, why is my shy child thinking she's going to be on a stage? That's not her cup of tea at all, at all. All right, so, yeah, I had been in band before, so take your previous hard work, keep improving upon that. I am not in the classroom scene. These are my friends that are in the classroom scene. Again, I could pick any movie and say, I didn't get to be in it. Look for me. See, I'm not there. I didn't get to be in it. So I'm going to share with you my middle school yearbook, where Superman is the first full-color page picture in our yearbook. I forgot the arrows. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Is that me? No! Christopher Reeve, my girl, where are you? Seriously? That's not me. I'm not there. Because I'm in band. I'm in band. I have always had the idea, the philosophy, personal integrity, that if you're going to do something, you should do it well. So I was first chair clarinet. If you know the layout of band, that's on the other side of the band director, Mr. Grothy, right there. Not even the band photo. That's okay. I am in the yearbook because my PE teacher, Miss Ford, discovered that I could run. And so, here I am, doing an impression of Miss Williams with my hair before I came to Box Elder High School. And I loved running. Kept running. I'm doing an impression of, I know he's retired now, but Mr. McConkey. Look at my short shorts. Mr. McConkey thinks those are full-length trousers, by the way. So I'm enjoying life. Life is great. I am absolutely excelling. It is hard work, but I'm loving it. And that was something that I realized. Hard work doesn't mean I don't want to do it, I don't like doing this. Doing something you love and being passionate about it and going in full force, that's good, that's great. That's true hard work. All right, so I was doing well. I was all conference. I think it's like all state here. Got the Letterman's jacket. That's really why we were running. Again, being different. I don't know why my 91 is maroon and the others are white, but that's okay. Wackadoodle has served me well being different. And so, academically, I got to go to the moon. I'm doing okay. 1 year I'm a class president. Another year, hard work, class president. I'm in command of my ROTC unit. This is the commanding crew there. Building my resume. We are winning. We're UK champions, set to repeat. Life is great. My coach has contacted Nike, and they have agreed if I win the UK championship and the European Nationals, they will pay for me to go to the US and run in the Nationals. And if I do well there was even talk of going to Olympics. Let me be absolutely clear, not some medal or anything, but maybe make it as 14th alternate or something, maybe, okay? So life is great, life is wonderful, I'm having a great time. My mom has bought me a car. I'm the only senior with a car because you have to be 18 if you're a foreigner. In the UK, the US kids, so I, as a British citizen, could drive younger. I've got a car, the only senior's a car. I'm feeling I'm the coolest human that has ever lived on planet Earth, but I still will go to space. A couple weeks before the start of my senior year, my dad says, have you ever heard of Hill Air Force Base? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, I had not. He said, well, good, opportunity for travel and discovery. You're moving to Utah. Still no words. I don't know. So People are trying to talk to me. The older people in my life are trying to say, you know, when one door closes, another one opens. No, the door closes on the plane, I'm in a foreign land. They're telling me drink lemonade. I don't want lemonade. I'm happy where I am. So I remember freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, that's my senior year. That's what it felt like for me. That's what it felt like. And I remember stepping on the plane. This is where I lost the vision. This is where I lost the vision. I stepped on the plane and I looked through my brain and said, okay, Utah. Hey, that kind of looks like hate you spelled backwards. I lost the vision. I lost the vision. I stepped out on the plane and I said, you know what? I'm going to hate everything about Utah. I'm not even going to give it any effort. I'm going to completely disengage. And I did. I completely disengaged. I became the incredible soul. I did not reach out and get to know anyone. Completely cut myself off from friends and opportunities. Not a wise choice. Not a wise choice. My class should not have voted me the brainiest. My vision was all messed up. Not going to the Olympics, that was my choice. I did that. I could have still gone to the Olympics. I disengaged. The idea of going, I decided, let's get this Superman thing to rest. This quest for peace. And so I'm telling students about Superman, they could be in the film, and they're like, hey, Smith, let's watch the film. It'll help you get through it, make you feel better. Sure, whatever, let's watch the film. It's terrible, that's how I know it's terrible. But here's the moment that I recognize I made the best choice ever in my entire life. The end of the film, Superman's taking Lex Luthor back to prison. The villain says, how'd you beat him? Which is, how did you save the world? Here's what my hero says.
Well, Luthor, just one thing. How did you beat high school physics, Luke?
What? I accidentally stumbled into teaching
High school
physics. High school physics.
That's when my life changed. My life changed forever, and I decided this is my vision. I'm going to thoroughly, 100% become engaged at Box Elder High School. And I'm going to become one of the best physics teachers I possibly can be. So I started embracing high school physics, HSP, SW, save the world. Brigham City has embraced the HSP, SCW. Or the Brigham City. I was excited, I'm sorry, I missed the all-important B. I got the Presidential Award for Excellence in Science Teaching. So, hanging out with the Commander-in-Chief, I just off to the side there. Got to hang out with Bill Nye. That's Bill Nye. I'm having lemonade, people. I'm having lemonade. I'm having lemonade. I get to go to Space Academy. What's Space Academy, you ask? It is Space Camp for adults. Yes, it's Space Camp for adults. So I win the award called the Right Stuff Award. I had the most useless information about NASA in the graduating class. Lemonade, lemonade, lemonade. And then the pinnacle event, I got rewarded for the hard work for Northrop Grumman, a scholarship to fly on the Vomit Comet. That's what the astronauts use to train to feel like they're in space, so the plane plummets to dropping and you are weightless inside. So here's the money shot of my entire life. I'm weightless. I'm weightless. I'm feeling like an astronaut. I had taken some wrong turns. Box Elder put me back on the right path. My vision is strong. Right above my name tag is a Box Elder High School patch in the money shot of my life. So, Superman has really been important to me in my life. It's a source of strength. I have learned through Box Elder, when you have a vision, you want something to happen, make it happen. I saw this billboard and said, I gotta get closer. I got closer. I got closer! Integrity, if you say you're gonna do something, do it. Do it all the way. Do it all the way. So when I see a super shield, it wasn't until this year and I learned about the HIVE, I realized what I truly am seeing when I see a super shield. I am seeing hard work, integrity, vision, engagement. These are some Box Elder Bees who showed up, the entire class showed up wearing the same Superman shirt. Happened to be a Wednesday. They said, Smith, will you always wear this style of shirt on a Wednesday? I don't always think through things. I said, sure. I still, to this day, wear that style of Superman shirt every Wednesday. It reminds me of Box Elder. It reminds me of I was the student here, not the teacher. I learned more about life. I learned more about to be a good person through being at Box Elder. So my quest for peace, 8th grade year, I thought was pretty traumatic, but it actually has provided an infinite amount of opportunities, has brought me great peace, and I thank Box Elder for letting me be the person I am. Now they call me Super Smith, and it's thanks to you. So I absolutely very, 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 very much thank you, Box Elder. Thank you for letting me return. I'm going to let you return to your classes where you can get your vision, engage, have the best of integrity, and enjoy that hard work. Thank you.